Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Blue Ice Talks. I'm Blue, and I like to talk about figure skating. With the announcement that the Shibutani siblings, Maia and Alex, were coming back to competition in ice dance, I thought I'd do a little deep dive in the history between them and the world champions Madison Chock and Evan Bates. Because there is an awful lot to cover with these two teams, and it all comes down to their coaches. Before we start telling the story, I think we should be aware of who the key players are. We have Madison Chock and her first partner, Greg Zuerlein. We have Emily Samuelson and Evan Bates. We have Maia Shibutani and Alex Shibutani. In the background, we also have Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, and Meryl Davis and Charlie White. And then we have the coaches in the situation, Marina Zueva and Igor Spielband. So we're going to start the story in 2009. I know there's a little bit of history before then, but it was mostly the Shibutani siblings and Madison Chock competing against each other on the junior level. At the 2009 Junior World Championships, Madison and her partner Greg won the gold medal, with Maia and Alex winning the silver. At the time, both teams trained at the same camp under Marina and Igor. So skipping ahead a little bit to the 2010 to 2011 season, quite a lot happened in this season. So after the Olympics, Evan Bates and Emily Samuelson switched coaches to Marina and Igor. This season was also a huge breakout for the Shibutani siblings because they won bronze at the World Championships, and these World Championships had a podium sweep for this coaching camp. Then there was an incident at the rink where Emily's blade severed Evan Bates' Achilles tendon, and their partnership basically ended because of this. Also, Greg Zuerlein, Madison's partner, decided to retire at the end of the season, and she eventually partnered up with Evan Bates. In the background, this is also when Madison Hubble stopped skating with her brother and teamed up with Zachary Donahue. Those two will be a bit more relevant in the story later. So then we have the 2011 to 2012 season, and this is where a lot of the underlying tensions could be seen at the training camp. So Maia and Alex Shibutani had a drop in their season, and they only placed 8th at 2012 Worlds. Remember, they won the bronze medal the season before. And they attributed this to them getting less attention from Marina and Igor because they were prioritising other teams over them. And Marina was prioritising Davis and White, whereas Igor was prioritising Madison Chock and Evan Bates. So Maia and Alex felt that they weren't necessarily getting as much attention from their coaches as they needed. And then in 2012, there was a massive coaching drama as Igor left Marina and the coaching team. Now, there's a lot of hearsay about what happened. Some people believe that the Shibutani family played a major role in getting rid of him, but that's all hearsay and rumours. One key thing to note is that Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer and Meryl Davis and Charlie White, along with the Shibutani siblings, stayed with Marina, whereas Madison, Chock and Evan Bates decided to go with Igor. So really, with the coaching drama, it's almost like the Shibutani siblings and Chock and Bates were like children of divorce. Of course, with all of these ice dance teams, we have to talk about the Soi Olympics, where Meryl Davis and Charlie White beat Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer. Allegedly, Tessa wanted to leave Arctic Edge, the coaching group, after the 2012 to 13 season when Scott talked her out of it, and then he later on publicly said that he felt that Marina Zueva wasn't in their corner during the Sochi Olympics. When they announced their comeback, Virtue and Moyer, in 2016, they decided to train in Montreal instead of back with Marina Zueva. Additionally, in the head-to-head battle of Madison Chock and Evan Bates, Igor came out on top as Chock and Bates finished in 8th and Maia and Alex Shibutani finished in 9th. So then for a little while there was some back and forth between Madison Chock and Evan Bates and Maia Shibutani and Alex Shibutani, mostly on the US domestic scene with who was going to be the top ice dance team. And so Chock and Bates won nationals in 2015 and then Maia and Alex won in 2016 and 2017. And on the international stage they also had a lot of flip-flopping, and they were the main two ice dance teams. The most interesting part, though, is that in 2018, just before the Olympics, Madison Hubble and Zachary Donoghue won the gold medal at nationals. The reason that Hubble and Donoghue winning nationals is so interesting is because this would normally have given them the choice for the Olympic team event as to whether they want to split that discipline or not. So what this means is that for the 2018 Winter Olympics, Nathan Chen said he wanted to split the men's event, so he did the short programme and Adam Rippon did the free programme for the team event. However, because Maia and Alex had a better international record than Madison Hubble and Zachary Donoghue, they got to make the decision and they decided they didn't want to split the event. So they did the rhythm dance and the free dance themselves, and Hubble and Donoghue, along with Chock and Bates, felt that this was a medal opportunity being robbed from one of those two teams. Additionally, this gave the siblings more exposure to the judges, to the audience, and gave them more momentum going into the individual event, which ultimately resulted in them winning the bronze medal over their compatriots Hubble and Donoghue. Additionally, after this season, when Maia and Alex took a break, this is when Chock and Bates decided to move to Ice Academy of Montreal. This is also why in Beijing the ice dance was split between Hubble and Donoghue and Chock and Bates, because after the Shibutani siblings refused to split in PyeongChang, Hubble and Donoghue and Chock and Bates both agreed that they would split the ice dance event between the two of them for the next Olympics. So the question is, what will 2025 to 2026 season look like? Because Maddie and Evan are going into it as the multiple-time reigning world champions, whereas obviously Maia and Alex haven't competed since 2018. Maia and Alex are also going back to Marina Zueva, their old coaching team, whereas Maddie and Evan are with the Ice Academy of Montreal still, with Romain and Marie-France. It will be interesting to see how the judges perceive the Shibutani siblings, along with some of the other ice dance teams that are making a comeback and a start this season. It will also be interesting to see just how much this news will impact the mentality and psychology of Maddie and Evan. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or a topic you'd like me to cover, please do let me know in the comments or on social media. You can find my card with the links to all of my social media in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!